Good mythical morning. Oh no, wrong show. Wrong show.
You got the beard, but
You like?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm Rhett. You're Link.
Yep.
I don't know. Welcome to Aspen Uprooted, episode 4. We are excited today to be with Carter Kline. Thank you for being on the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
We are going to be talking about Dakota Washpros today.
I hope
It's going to be great, Carter. It's going to go great. Thank you for agreeing to be on.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been a member of Aspen?
Let's see. I probably like 5 years.
5 years?
I think, because when I got back
crazy.
from college, came here. So, started at Wells Fargo.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we won't mention the 4-letter bank word
Yeah.
on this podcast. We like credit unions, but we're excited to have you. If you haven't seen Carter around town, he's got the little van that looks like it's straight out of an anime comic book. So no doubt you've seen him cruising around.
You can't miss it.
Can't miss it.
Blues.
Yep. Awesome. Well, to get started, this podcast all about you. So we want to talk about you, get to know your backstory, your business, how you serve the community, but really dive into what you do to serve members. So maybe start off with your name. We already know that, but you can reiterate it, your business,
All right.
how you got started, and go from there.
Okay, so originally, this business came about was I worked for a guy who did like pressure washing, really just like semis, campers, houses, not like window cleaning or anything like that. But me and my buddy both did during high school. So we did that for several years, and then we went on our own paths. Like after high school, I went to be an engineer for a year, and then I was like, no, I really don't want to do this. So then I came back. I was like, hey, like I really like doing that. So me and my buddy started the business, and then we went to Mitchell Tech for half a semester. Then he wanted to be a pilot, so then he kind of left me. I came back to Rapid, and we still weren't doing like window cleaning or anything, just like pressure washing. And then then I was like, well, semi washing is like they're out of town all week, so they want to be done on weekends. And then camper washing is just really it's really heavy on the tourism. So like when that season's out, we're kind of like in the dust. And then during winter, like you really can't be washing stuff outside. So and then on top of that, the camp or the semi washing, I was like, well, I didn't do this to work weekends all the time. So we kind of transitioned into window cleaning. I looked up like how to do it, and then I practiced for like hours and hours. And I was doing my parents' house like multiple times, and just other family members. And then I just started reaching out to people and picked up some contracts, and and then I just kind of stumbled into like a lot of things. One of the worst relationships I've had actually kind of turned out to be a really great thing, because even though he tried to like take advantage of me because I was so young, he just talked a lot, and then I picked up, and then I just kind of took a few things and then tried them, and like the gutter cleaning came from him a little bit, but I really just like look into things and then find people's expertise, and then I run with them if I like to do it, and just try to make everything more efficient after that. So yeah.
Wow. So you mentioned earlier that you had to practice like the proper method for cleaning windows. So I struggle with that when my wife tells me like you need to go clean the window of your car. It's looking really awful. Whenever I do it, after the time I'm done, it looks like that horror movie The Fog, where you just can't. I just have streaks everywhere. How do you avoid that? What's a proper method for
like at a gas station?
Yeah.
You really can't.
Yeah.
It's hard because I mean you can get the thing you're doing with window cleaning is taking the contaminants and removing them with the squeegee. But like you have to start like when you start window cleaning, you start at an edge, and like most people when they do the windshield or whatever, you start in the middle or whatever, and then also you can't maneuver it quite like a squeegee, and car windows are also curved. So,
Sure.
and that thing's flat. And so, yeah, it just is a combination that just doesn't really work. So.
Yeah, so definitely do need to practice. Okay. Because even like when I don't do it at a gas station, when I have a bottle of Windex and paper towels, I still get the streaks.
Yeah,
so.
because you'll have the contaminants in the rag your wipe. So you really want to use 2.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Lots of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being professional.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen professional window washers with
I mean,
squeegees?
when he's been doing like ours outside the building, like when I'm in my office, sometimes I look and you're very thorough.
Yeah.
You do a great job.
They're like samurais. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karate Kid, like wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get all the flow down. It's pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
It's fun. Like,
Yeah, I've tried to do it and I can never learn it.
Yeah.
I have no skill.
It
Yeah,
takes
that's
a
good.
lot. Like when I hire a new employee, it takes at least a month to even get him to be like, he's like kind of all right. And like in that whole time, it's like slowing me down. So it's like I have less than one whole body working when I'm, training. So yeah.
And you mentioned you went to school to be an engineer. What kind of engineer were you going
Mechanical.
to be? What
Yeah.
interested you in that?
I think just well, it was between that and a heavy equipment operator. And I forget why I didn't want to be a heavy equipment operator, but I chose the engineering, and I just like to, I guess, take things apart and put them back together. Like when I raced motocross, I would just figure out like how to fix the engine and whatnot, or vehicles. So yeah,
Very cool. You grew up in Rapid? Nice.
born and raised
Stevens, Central?
Central.
Copy.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, a little bit more. What about your background, family life, brothers, sisters?
I have 2 half brothers. One lives in Omaha, one lives in Charlotte, and then I got a full brother that lives here, and he's a diesel tech.
Nice.
Yeah. My one brother, my oldest half brother, he actually works for Shopify. So yeah,
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Online retail
Oh, yeah.
business.
yeah, like the shop app. Last time he was in town, he was like, "Yeah, I helped like design there or something." I don't know. He's a smart dude. That's all I know.
Very cool. Getting back to your business, besides washing windows, we've kind of covered that. What all does Dakota Washpros cover?
Okay, so yeah, we do the window cleaning, we do gutter cleaning, and then we do along the sides of like kind of the residential deal. We do like screen cleaning and screen building if you're missing one, and repair if you break a screen. And then we also do like underground gutter cleaning. That's more commercial, but also residential has it. And then we do camper washing as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the number one cause of gutter screens getting broken?
Jeez.
Kids or
Kids,
dogs?
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
say my dogs always put their nose into the screen.
Yeah.
And bust out the
Yeah.
little rubber seal
yeah.
that holds them in place, and it's always a nightmare to put it back in place.
Yeah, it's hard
I don't
after
know who to
they're
call.
they're cut. It's really hard to. It's almost impossible. So, but and they also like a lot of the repairs we do for like rescreening. So the frame's good. Like so, they're fiberglass with a plastic coating, and so like when the sun constantly hits them, it breaks down that plastic, and then you open them, and it kind of just deteriorates that plastic. And so, like, if they're kind of gray, like spotty gray, a lot of times we recommend replacing them because the fiberglass fibers will actually, like, get drafted into your home. So you can be breathing in, little fiberglass shards. So, yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. So you said, how long did you say ago that you set up this business? 5 years ago, something like that?
Yeah, about almost 6, July of 2018.
So in those 6 years, have you seen, and I don't know the answer, have you seen like the technology with the type of work you do really change a lot? Or maybe have you seen a lot of changes in your industry in the last 6 years?
No. I mean, it's like the squeegee, the traditional method of window cleaning is with the mop and the squeegee. That's been around forever. We also use the water-fed pole, which is a series of filters. It takes all the contaminants out of the water, so it'll dry spot-free. That's been around a while. They kind of, nothing new, but just making the systems more effective and efficient.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So you said you have a pole that it like cleanses out the contaminants as you're using it? Is that what you were saying?
So, like, you have so we have these carts that you hook up to the spigot, and then it's got a series of filters, 3 different types of filters, and that cleans all the water. So basically, to really get into this, what causes water spots is contaminants in the water, and that's called total dissolved solids. And so basically,
TDS.
it takes all the the total dissolved solids out of the water. So when you reach basically under 10, you're spot free.
Okay.
And then if you get all the contaminants off the glass that are on there and you rinse it, it will dry spot free.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that, and it's okay to nerd out about that stuff. That's all good, man. Yeah, we want you to get in the nitty-gritty there. So.
And
that's cool. I didn't know that.
At car washes, when it says spot-free rinse, they claim to do that, but it never
It's
works.
never-
Yeah, no, theirs might be under 100. I haven't tested it, but it's definitely not.
Not the
So
same.
it's so hard to make, especially with like the one next door, to make enough water that fast to keep up with the demand. Like we have pretty much the best unit. Actually, it is the best unit in the world that's manufactured for creating spot-free water, and it makes about 4 gallons a minute.
Oh wow!
And that's really like pushing hard. So
Sure.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
And it's pretty cool about that system. How high of a building can you do from the ground?
we do only 60. They say 60 feet. It really depends on how well maintained the windows are, because it won't clean as deep as so one of the best abrasive we use to clean windows, like to get the contaminants off, is steel wool. So if they need that much, the water fed pole won't take it off. But right now we go 60 feet. We do the whole Summit Arena from the ground. But like really, you could clean as high as you're willing to.
Sure.
But that pole, like even at 60 feet, it's like a giant slinky. So
yeah,
that's really your break point.
So you get arm day
I mean,
every day.
Our pole's like 10 pounds.
Oh,
But
wow.
then you got the whole, so you're pushing probably 15 pounds up and down, you know?
So just holding it. It's got to take a toll on your arms, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if the wind takes it, like
Yeah.
60 feet, if it gets off a few feet, you're like running to get the bottom piece back. It's like when you got a pool stick on your hand and it tips over, you're like, you know?
Yeah.
So.
I'd be drying the windows as I was cleaning because my arms would be shaking like this with the wind current would dry it as
Yeah.
It's kind of cool though because you get the safety aspect of it. You don't have to climb ladders constantly.
Yeah.
And worry about falling off ladders.
Yeah,
and move ladders and
Yeah, it's
all that.
super efficient.
Do you still do ladder work then?
Yeah.
When you need to?
Yeah.
So what's the highest
I was gonna
building you've done ladder work?
Building? I'm not sure. I've done some really sketchy stuff on the ladder. Probably about 35 feet I went up on the ladder. So
Yeah.
It's scary.
yeah,
So when you guys go up that high, how do you guys ensure that your safety? Do you guys do anything? Wear any harnesses or?
there's really nothing you can tie off to.
Yeah.
But you can, like, they have ladder stabilizers that make it wider. You see
Okay.
that a lot. That really helps. And then we also, every ladder we have, we take the cleats off that come from the store, and we have they're discs, and they're in like a ball joint, so they swivel any which way, and then we can go up to 16 inches of difference per side. So
wow. Okay.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so to adapt to like any terrain, you can put them on stairs. So.
I used to work for a kid or a guy when I was 16 probably. He was painting at the time, but he moved here from Austin, Texas, and he had pictures of himself. He was a window cleaner when he lived in Austin, and he did skyscrapers, and they would rappel down the side of the building, and he had pictures of himself rappelling down the building, cleaning windows, and I'm like,
cool.
that's nuts.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm never gonna do that. I'll pay somebody to do it, but It's.
I couldn't do that. Go up to. I wouldn't say I'm scared of heights, but there's a certain threshold I think where I just be like, no, I'm not gonna do this.
I mean, I could probably jump over a 10-story building, but I'd rather start at the bottom and go up
Sure.
the first time than just hop over the top. So,
Yeah.
and at the training, you actually have to. The third day of training, you got to jump over the 10-story building and
So what's your how do you assess what needs to be done when someone hires you? Do you guys I guess what's your process for deciding what you're going to do, or for like doing quotes, things like that?
Usually they'll pick the service unless it's something's really unless we can offer a service they really need outside what they wanted. We don't really try to push it too much, but we just walk the property and see, how severe, whatever service we're doing will be. And then, we really don't, unless it's super extreme, we really don't charge extra, so.
Sure. Would you say after winters when you guys get a good portion of your, people wanting to clean up their windows after all the snow and
depends on when it warms up, really, and then that's really when people are getting on their phones and looking for it. And so,
Sure. Yeah.
So, would you prefer commercial or residential?
It's hard because I don't know. Commercial's cool. You know what you're doing. You know what you're getting into. Residential, sometimes it's a pain, but you can see some cool stuff. Or just like some people's architecture or view is like really cool. So
yeah.
And I suppose you do a good mix of both.
Yeah. We I really don't like tedious things, but it's kind of funny because some of our accounts I've done over 160 times, and never once have been like, oh, I gotta go back there.
Sure.
So it's kind of crazy. But,
yeah. And sometimes when you guys have been cleaning our windows, and we obviously see you, but it looks like it's pretty relaxing actually. You guys, I think I've seen, can put your music in.
Yeah.
You guys can kind of just get in the zone. And is that an accurate description of what it can be like when you're?
Yeah, it's almost it's super hard to learn, but once you get the hang of it, it's almost mindless.
Yeah.
I could probably do a window without opening my eyes, and if I mess up, I would be able to tell. So.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Now, we know you're good friends with Zach Couture from Best Bet Lawn Care. He was on our first episode, and he talked about his business growth. He went from 4 lawns. He's now doing about 197 lawns. So not to get into the competition aspect of it, but how has your business grown over the last 6 years?
Well, we only mow 1 lawn, and that's mine. But it's been a pretty steady increase. I'd say 4 years ago when I transferred to window cleaning, that's really when we got busier. And then it's kind of been a really steady. We had a jump, and then it's been steady after that. Let's see, we do probably about 8,000 windows a month right now, minimum. So
nice. I just wanted to say I have 198 clients.
Oh yeah,
just to beat.
I don't even know because we have clients that take 2 days to do.
Sure.
So it's if you're mowing a lawn for 2 days, I don't know.
There's a problem. It's a jungle. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do our 5th Street branch, and that's at least a full day, if not 2 days. So it's a beast.
A lot
of a building, lots of windows.
Yeah.
Over there.
So how many people would you say are on your crew then?
Me and one other guy.
Just wow. Okay, that's pretty impressive.
I got him trained up, and he's probably, I would say, without using a pole, about 75% as fast as me. And so we get some stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's for 8,000 windows a month, just 2 of you.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
I mean, some properties we can do usually about 50 windows per person per hour. Is pretty good.
Yeah. So what would you say is the favorite part about your job then?
I don't know. Just
too much.
I am like, it's weird because I just do my job basically. I do the estimates and everything and do the work, and nothing is ever like, I'm like, I gotta do this, I just kind of like go with the flow, and yeah, I do try to push the business obviously and help it grow and whatever, but I guess I really like to do the work.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget to like bill people because I'm like, just I'm working late or whatever, and it's just like.
And we never mind that.
Yeah. I know, nobody does.
This one was on Carter.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your plans for the business moving forward?
To grow, I want to really just be the best in the area. Hopefully, I want to have 4 technicians, and I don't want to remove myself though. I really like to do it, so it's like that's a hard thing. People are like, hire another guy. I'm like, I don't want to like, get out of it. So, just hopefully have 4 technicians, and then have a screen repair shop actually at the shop. Yeah. Cool. So then we'll be like Ace with their like screen thing, as well as doing the mobile like window cleaning, gutter cleaning, stuff like that. So.
Where's your current service area? Just Rapid City, or do you go out?
Rapid, Deadwood, Spearfish, Hot Springs. Yeah.
It's all over. Travel if you need to.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're up in Deadwood quite a bit. Rapid, Sturgis a little bit. So yeah.
And so Sammy, our producer, makes some great questions ahead of time, and I thought your answer for this particular one, what is the most unexpected piece of advice you have ever received? I thought you had some good ones in there, but do you want to share that with us?
What's it say? I forget.
I
have a lot of.
Well, here, why don't you read it? It's that one here. There you go. We'll need more coming from you.
Oh, find the value, not the good. Not
yeah,
find
that's
the good.
A good one. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I hear find the good a lot, and I mean that's true, but also there's a lot of value in negative consequences and stuff, and I think of maybe say you're afraid of planes. You go on a plane and maybe it goes down or something, and you survive. Well, that can help you because then next time you go on a plane, you're like, you hit some turbulence. You're like, this is nothing because it builds you back stronger, kind of deal.
Sure.
So I don't think bad things. I mean, you kind of got to be in the right headspace to take it how it but. Just negative things help you grow and learn from things, So that's why.
That's a good quote there to share, because I feel like even in our job, when something negative can happen, I think part of why Aspen continues to get better and better is because we try to learn from those mistakes, just like with whether in your business, if you make a mistake, you learn from it and you move on, get better from it.
They help you get better,
Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah.
Who's your biggest role model?
Jeez, role model. Role model. I don't know.
Zach
I look up
Couture.
to a lot
I knew
of people. He's great. He is great. He is. I will say, he's the most genuine and how do I explain it? Say you have friends and they're doing good. Some people are like, fake, like, hey, great for you. Zach is 100% not. He's like just genuine and he wants everybody to do good. And I remember asking him one time because I asked him, like, how do you look at it? And he said, well, if somebody's better than me, I want to learn from them, not criticize them for beating me. So, that's my Another one, I guess, he introduced me to my business coach, which is also his, Chris, and he is a huge role model. He just helps me correct, especially in the first couple of years, just correct how I react to things, how I look at things.
Mm-hmm.
And he just pushes me to do more. And yeah, I mean, he's great. I used to be afraid of flying on planes, and I signed up with this guy that had like 127 flight hours at the time to go up in the air. And I'd only been on 2 planes prior to this, 3. And so we get there, and it was just this little Cessna plane thing, and I'm like, like this is like the worst thing I could really get on because they shake in the air and everything. And I was like, I would rather die in the plane crash than come back to him and tell him I didn't do this. Like that's how high of a standard I have to hold against him. And that's a huge influence. So
I think it's good when people. Model. Yeah, I think it's good when role models can push you to go outside your comfort zone.
And the funny thing is, he always tells me another thing I think about is like, is it fabricated? You don't really know the outcome, but like, so I told him I was going on this flight with this guy that basically barely knows how to fly, and his eyes got wide, and I was like, why? You're fabricating something here. So it was kind of funny to get back at him, but yeah,
sure,
that's awesome. Yeah, those little planes blow scary.
Yeah, they're shaky.
Get over your fear real quick.
Yeah, when we went with him, we thought we were just flying to like Wyoming border and coming back. Well, we were going and we were like looking. We do Cadillac Jacks, so I was like, hey, and I had my employee with me actually, and I was like, hey, there's Cadillac Jacks, and then he was like, oh, what? And he just banked the plane like 60 degrees, he said. And then we're like, whoa. And then he did it again. And then we're like, okay. And he started like, we were just going straight again. He starts throttling it down. And we're like, what's he doing? And then he just dives this plane. And I'm like, oh. And so, yeah, that's another, like, find the value. Like, if he didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to, like, be as, I guess, less anxious or,
sure.
What would you call it? But yeah, like it would bother me a lot more, the little things, in an airplane or whatever. So yeah.
Did it kill you? It made you stronger, right?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Well, it's been nice chatting with you. I think that's about our time.
Okay.
If our listeners, viewers want to get in touch with you, employ you for your services, how can they get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me at 605-786-2264. Or you can go to our website or Facebook and find my email and, go there. So,
what's your website?
DakotaWashpros.com.
Awesome.
You will not be disappointed. Does a great job.
Yep.
The windows are clean, super clean.
Spot free.
I run into them all the time.
This is my 5th pair of glasses. Yes, this guy.
Well, thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it on YouTube, Spotify, all the places. But thanks, Carter. Appreciate you having us, stopping by, having us. You having us.
Just
you
not
having you. I'm just gonna stop.
It's a communal
That's
play.
a wrap. Yep. Thanks for coming by.